Here's a segment from the latest edition of St. Charles Parish Today, a monthly local talk show.
With me today to give us an update on their departments are Executive Directors Darrin, Duhe, and Dwayne LaGrange. Well, I want to thank both of you guys for coming with me on the show today.
Good. Thank you, Tristan.
Thanks for having us, Tristan.
Thank you. We'll get right into the first question. Tell me which departments you oversee.
I oversee personnel, government buildings, and purchasing.
Okay.
And for me, just a couple of them. Department of Parks and Recreation, Community Services. We have Workforce Development, which is more commonly referred to as WIA. The RSVP program, it's a retired senior volunteer program. The Animal Control. In addition to that, I do provide some minor oversight over the planning and zoning, because a lot of times you're dealing with community impact. So.
Absolutely. Okay, so now that we know what departments you oversee, let's go right into projects. What have your departments been working on since
Personnel
January?
right now, matter of fact, they're working on a job study. We're selecting a company to do a new job study. It's going to go over job descriptions. And one of the things that we want to do, one of the goals of Larry Cochran, Parish President, is wants to make sure we're utilizing our personnel in the best way possible. And this is going to allow us to do that. Get an outside company, come through, check on the way that we're using our personnel, and make sure our salaries are competitive with the market, because we just want to make sure that we are attracting the best and the brightest when we do go out and have to hire new people.
And I think a lot of people don't realize, specifically civil service, everyone is ranked, and that's what you're kind of alluding to, is that they'll re-rank these jobs and reevaluate where people are, and of course that along with that comes salary.
Right, correct.
Dwayne, anything?
Tristan, if you recall, the last time we were here taping, I had Dwayne Ford with me, the Director of Parks and Recreation. At that particular time, we were actually soliciting information, conduct these community meetings to find out more about what was the community looking for as it relates to Parks and Recreation. We've completed with that phase of it. Now we've compiled
That's exciting.
the data.
We were all on that, campaign trail.
Yes. Oh yes. Many meetings, very fruitful though. But those are completed. We've compiled the data. The next phase is to bring it to the public. And Parish President Larry Cochran's big on customer service, so we want to make sure that we find out not only the things that we're doing well, but we want to hear about some of the concerns or suggestions that the community has. A couple other things that we're working on is the Ashton Park. We're actually completed with phase 1. We're moving into phase 2 for the soccer park in Ashton, the Rathborn construction. So we're actually moving on that project as well. We're seeing a lot of good concerns from the community. So we're excited about that. In addition to that, we recently brought on the new animal control director, Ms. Gina Troxler, who's doing a wonderful job. We recently also went out and looked at some local dog parks that can't forget about our four-legged friends. So we're looking.
That's a project. Let me tell you, a lot of people are very excited about that, or from what I've gathered from social media.
I was very excited to visit some of the local parks, and they had some really good ideas, and we're looking forward to implementing this as well. And I know Larry's really excited about it as well. In addition to that, we're doing some things for some folks that have complications with paying energy bills through our LAHEAP program, through the Department of Community Services. In addition to that, Mr. Tommy Scott's over at the WIA program, helping people to help build resumes and career building as well as it relates to employment. So a lot of good things going on.
We've got a lot going on. And I'll tell you, the recreation stuff, I'm looking forward to seeing what we get out of that. I know a lot of residents have been asking what data do we get, and of course we don't want to reveal anything until we have it all compiled. So
it is forthcoming though.
It is coming, so we'll probably have you back on the show to talk about that. You mentioned right in your last answer there that Larry was big on customer service, and I guess I want to talk a little bit more about what your departments are doing to kind of implement that. How are we becoming more customer service oriented? So,
well, it's just something that Parish President Larry Cochran, from day one, he's been preaching to us as well as his directors about how important customer service is. And it's a culture that has to start really from the top down. So as we've been working with our departments and directors trying to get that culture, not to say started, but reinforced. And we just always need to remember that we're here to serve the parish and its people.
And I would even say, you guys have been holding these director meetings where all of our directors get together and talk. And to me, that in itself is bringing awareness, because when you're out in the public, no matter what job you do, people see the seal and they
Right.
ask you about things. So I think that in itself provides or lends a little bit of customer service training to each of us. As long
Right.
as I'm aware of what other departments are doing or departments are aware of what I'm doing, I think it does actually help.
Right, it helps cross over with information,
Yeah.
it really does.
It
Absolutely.
does. It really does. And a lot of times I get snowed in the office. So one of the things that Larry and I and Billy Raymond talked about was being able for me to get out of the office more and going and sit down and talking with people, even if it's just to get a cup of coffee and find out what are your concerns, what can we do to provide a better quality life for people here in St. Charles Parish. So Larry is big on that. Customer service. We hear it, as Darrin mentioned, over and over and over again. So that's a real top priority on his list, is to make sure that we're having interface with the community.
I mean, that's the thing. Me and him even discussed in January on the show, actually. The government is a service. And I think sometimes people forget that. They always look at the bigger picture, but sometimes, going back to what we discussed in January, we're out here to help people, even with the small problems.
Right.
So it's good to hear that you guys are working on that.
Right.
But if that's all, I want to thank you guys for coming with me and
Very good.
hanging out with me today.
Great, thanks Tristan.
Tristan, thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Look for the entire episode at www.scptoday.com or on SCP TV.